everyone. Welcome back. In this lecture, we will see achromatism in prisms. We will see three topics in this lecture. One is deviation without dispersion, and second topic, dispersion without deviation, and third one, application of this concept dispersion without deviation, in which we will see the function of direct vision microscope. These are the three topics that we are going to discuss today. Achromatisms in prism. What is meant by that? When you consider a prism, this prism looks like this. That is, it has three faces. One face is roughened while other two faces are polished. So this prism has an angle. This angle, let's say A, it is called angle of prism, and this prism would be made up of a particular material, glass material. So a prism which has a different angle of the prism and it is made by different materials. So a prism which is made by different materials and have different angle of prisms have different refractive indices, right? So refractive indices of different prisms will be different. So by choosing suitable combination of two or more prisms and arranged in such a way that the incoming white light will have no color at the end. Generally, when you pass an white light into a prism, then this white light will splits up into its constituent colors, so that in the output we will see different colors like VGR. But if we have different prisms, that is the prisms which is made by different materials, if we have arranged in such a way that the input and output will be same, that is in the output there will be no color. Such combination of prisms are called achromatic combination or achromatic prism. And we will see one thing, that is deviation without dispersion. That is, the incoming light ray will not travel in its original line of direction. Instead, it will travel in a newer direction, which is essentially there is a deviation, but there is no splitting up of colors, so there is no dispersion. In such, this is called, that is the deviation without dispersion is called achromatism, or this combination of prism is called achromatic prism. And let us recall first what is deviation, what is dispersion in a nutshell. So, what is deviation? When you are having a prism, if there is an incoming light ray, when it passes through a prism, instead of taking its original direction, it undergoes an refraction within the prism, and the outcoming light ray, which is having a newer direction, newer line of path rather than its original path, and there will be an angle between the original direction to the deviated direction. This is called angle of deviation, delta. It is called angle of deviation. So this is deviation. What is dispersion? This is monochromatic light. That is single color. Suppose if we pass and white light which consisting of multiple colors into a prism, again instead of this is penetrating into the prism and traveling in the same direction, now what happens, this white light gets refracted within the prism, but in prism the refractive index for different colors are different. Refractive index for violet color is different, refractive index for yellow color is different, and refractive index for red color is different. So different colors have different refractive indices, so that when it comes out in the opposite side of the prism, each will take different directions. So this is dispersion. Dispersion is, in simple words, splitting up of white light into its constituent colors. This is called dispersion. Okay. Now, we are going to see two cases. Case number 1. First thing, deviation without dispersion. Deviation without dispersion. What does it mean? We are going to pass an white light into a prism, right? If there exists dispersion and deviation simultaneously. Generally it occurs if you pass a white light into a single prism, right? If you take a crown prism or a Flint prism, that is prism of a single unit, you pass white light into that, this both will occur. It will have deviation, also it will have dispersion. But now we are going to have an arrangement. In that arrangement, we can see there is no dispersion, that is, there is no splitting up of colors in the output. Rather, we will observe only deviation of the line of path from the incident rays line. Okay, so this is what we are going to see. But for that, we are going to derive an expression. And under what condition, or what is the mathematical expression for obtaining deviation without dispersion? To achieve this, that is a deviation without dispersion, to achieve this, we will have two prisms which are arranged opposite in direction, right? See, deviation without dispersion is called achromatism. This combination of prism is called achromatic prism. This phenomenon is called achromatism. Right? To achieve this, let us have two prisms. One prism is made up of crown, another prism is made up of the material flint. So C stands for crown's prism, while F stands for the prism which is made by the material called flint. Okay. Now the angle of the prism for crown is A1 and the angle of prism for flint is A2. Now the dispersive power of crown, the dispersive power of flint is higher than crown. As I said earlier, different materials have different dispersive powers, so as different dispersive powers, here we emphasize that the dispersive power of flint prism is greater than the dispersive power of crown prisms. Fine. Let's consider crown prism. A1 is the angle of the prism for crown, and similarly for flint it is A2, and N1V and N1 or N are the refractive indices. Refractive indices of the violet, red and yellow colors. Of the violet, red and yellow colors of crown prism, while N2V, N2R, N2 are the refractive indices of Flint prism of violet, red and yellow colors. Okay, so essentially N is the refractive indices, 1 stands for the crown prism and the suffix 2 stands for the Flint prism, and VR and stands for violet and red color, and here this N1 and N2 are the refractive indices of crown and Flint prisms, where these stands for N1 and N2 stands for the refractive indices of the mean ray, that is the middle ray in the spectrum, that is yellow ray. Fine. Now let's recall the definition for angular dispersion. Angular dispersion is nothing but the difference in deviation of any two colors, right? You can write delta 1. You can write delta 1 for the deviation from the direct light, for violet ray as delta 1, for red ray as delta 2. If you want the angular dispersion between violet and red, we need to take the difference between these two angles of these two colors, right? Angle of deviation of these two colors, that is the difference in deviation for any two colors is called angular dispersion. That is, the difference will give you this, right? That is angular dispersion, right? So that now here such angular dispersion produced by crown prism is N1V minus N1R. That is the angular dispersion angular dispersion produced by crown, that is N1V minus N1R multiplied by A1, right? This is the equation. You recollect the definition for angular dispersion equation, you will have that equations. That is equation for angular dispersion is NV minus NR multiplied by A for a particular prism, if we are writing it for violet and red color. In that way, here angular dispersion produced by crown prism is N1B minus N1R multiplied by A1. Similarly, the angular dispersion produced by Flint is N2R minus N2V minus N2R multiplied by A2, where A1 is the angle of the prism of crown and A2 is the angle of prism for Flint prism. Now, what we want? Deviation without dispersion. Now, if you write the total angular dispersion between total angular dispersion of this combination, right? If we are having two prisms, crown and Flint, which are in opposite direction, so the total angular dispersion of this combination will be the sum of these two, right? So that N1V minus N1R multiplied by A1 plus N2V minus N2R multiplied by A2. This is the total angular dispersion of these two combinations, and this should be equal to 0 if you want to achieve deviation without dispersion. Dispersion should be equal to 0. So in that case, this equation is also must be equal to 0. Okay. So let's write this equation as equation 1 and this as equation 2, and now this will be equation 3. Now let's write this equation for A2, so that N2V minus N2R into A2, that is equal to minus, this will go to the right side, so N1V minus N1R multiplied by A1, and if you write the equation for A2, this becomes minus of N1V minus N1R divided by N2V minus N2R multiplied by A1. This is equation number 4. Now we have the expression for A2 in terms of A1. Here there is a negative sign. This negative sign indicates that the refractive indices for crown and flint prisms lies in opposite direction. Okay, and now let's write the dispersive powers of crown and flint prism as omega 1 and omega 2. So let's define, these are the dispersive powers of two prisms. Dispersive powers of crown is omega 1 and dispersive power of flint prism is omega 2, right? And let's write delta 1 and delta 2 are their mean deviations. These are the mean deviations, right? Delta 1 and delta 2 are the mean deviations of crown and flint prisms, right? By keeping this, now we can write the equation for omega 1. What is the equation for dispersive power? This equation for dispersive power is nothing but N1V minus N1R. Suppose if you are writing the dispersive power for crown prism of violet and red color, right? Then we can write N1 minus 1. So this is for crown prism. If you write the same equation for flint prism, N2V minus N2R by N2 minus 1. What is the definition for dispersive power? The definition for dispersive power is nothing but the ratio of the angular dispersion to the deviation of the mean ray. The ratio of the angular dispersion to the deviation of the mean ray, right? You recollect that what is the angular dispersion of any two colors? The ratio of angular dispersion of any two colors, you can write N1V minus N1R into A1 for crown prism, if you are writing the angular dispersion for violet and red. And the deviation of mean ray, that you can write N1 minus 1 into A1, that is the deviation of mean ray. So this A1 will cancel out, so that dispersive power omega 1 you can written as omega 1 is equal to N1V minus N1R divided by N1 minus 1. Similarly, this is for crown prism. Similarly, you can write the same equation for flint prism. Fine. So this you can number as, this is, you can numbering it as equation number 5. So if you substitute these into equation in the previous equation, right? And let me rub it out. Equation number 3, okay, where we have N1V minus N1R. Let us multiply this with N1 minus 1 on numerator and denominator into A1 plus N2V minus N2R N2 minus 1 into A2. That is, in this equation number 3, we will multiply on the first part with n1 minus 1 on the numerator and denominator. In the second part, let us multiply n2 minus 1 on numerator and denominator. Okay, so and that is equal to 0 actually. So this is equal to 0, right? But what is dispersive power? N1V minus N1R divided by N1 minus 1 will be the dispersive power omega 1 of the crown prism, as we have defined little earlier. Similarly, N2V minus N2R divided by N2 minus 1 will be the dispersive power of the Flint prism. Okay, so that this part N1V minus N1R divided by N1 minus 1 will becomes omega 1, and N1 minus 1 multiplied by A1 is nothing but the mean deviation of the crown prism. So that this becomes delta 1, right? Plus N2V minus N2R by N2 minus 1 becomes dispersive power of Flint prism omega 2, and N2 minus 1 multiplied by A2 is equal to mean deviation produced by the Flint prism. This is equal to 0. Let this equation be equation number 6. Okay, fine. But according to this deviation without dispersion, the title, what would be that? The mean deviation of the combo which is equal to delta, that is nothing but deviation of the mean ray of crown and mean ray of the Flint prism will be delta 1 and delta 2. The sum is equal to delta, which should be equal to 0. Which means it implies that N1 minus 1 A1 plus N2 minus 1 A2, that is equal to 0. Let's write this is equation 7, this is equation 8. The expression for A2 in equation 4, substituted in equation 8, so that N1 minus 1 into A1 plus N2 minus 1, in the place of A2 let us replace the expression in terms of A1, N1V minus N1R divided by N2V minus N2R into A1, which is equal to 0. Now, see, from the definition of omega 1, this is the definition for omega 1. Here we are having N1 minus 1. So if you take the N1 minus 1 to the left side, N1 minus 1, that is equal to N1V minus N1R by omega 1, right? So this term N1 minus 1 into A1, where N1 minus 1 can be replaced with N1V minus N1R divided by omega 1 multiplied by this A1, right? In the place of N1 minus 1, we can write N1V minus N1R by omega 1. Okay, plus here, what is omega t? Omega 2, N2V minus N2R by N2 minus 1. But what is here? Reverse. N2V minus N2R in denominator, while N2 minus 1 is on numerator. So it is nothing but it is flipped, reciprocal of omega 2. That is, here we are having 1 by omega 2. Right, this term N2V minus N2R in the denominator and the numerator N2 minus 1. What is remaining? N1V minus N1R into A1 is there, equal to 0. Right? Not equal to 0, right? It's delta, equal to delta. Right? Now, in both these terms, N1V minus N1R into A1, N1V minus N1R into A1 is common. So let's take out N1V minus N1R into A1, and this side it is 1 by omega 1 and this side it is 1 by omega 2 is remaining. which is nothing but delta. Okay, now if you want to have a condition, a prism of composition where deviation without dispersion means this expression should goes to 0, right? If you substitute the values for all these, if it goes to 0, then we will have only deviation, and then, right, this is not equal to 0. We are discussing deviation without dispersion, right? So this should not equal to 0. I'm sorry. So that is the case for dispersion equal to 0, and we have only deviation, and the equation for deviation is this. And if you want to write an expression, you need to follow these steps, and you will end up here. Okay, and this is equation number 9. In equation number 9, the refractive indices for violet is greater than refractive indices for red, right? So NV is greater than NR, and as the dispersive power of the crown prism is higher than what is that? Here, the dispersive power of flint is higher than dispersive power of crown prism. So, if you work it out, right? If you work it out, the delta will be positive value. The delta will be positive value, which means if a light ray pass through like this, instead of taking this position, it will have a position like this. Okay, so this is the original direction, this is the direction of red, this is the direction of full yellow, this is the direction of violet, right? So this is dispersion without dispersion. Fine, let me recall the concepts in a quickly way. We are having two prisms, crown and flint, which are arranged in such a way that angle of prism A1 for the crown is located here, angle of prism A2 is placed here. Now we have the terms angle of prisms A1 and A2 for crown and flint. Similarly, refractive indices for violet, red and yellow colors. Suffix 1 stands for refractive indices under crown prism. Suffix 2 stands for refractive indices under flint prism. Now we have written the angular dispersion produced by the crown and angular dispersion produced by the flint. The sum is equal to 0. So the total angular dispersion of this combination is equal to 0, and we have done some mathematical calculations. And from that mathematical calculations, we will end up the equation for delta. Okay, so delta is equal to this expression. So we have the mathematical equation for which the angular dispersion is equal to 0, and we have the equation for delta, that is the angle of deviation that you can estimate if you know the refractive indices of violet, red and angle of the first prism and the dispersive power of the first and second prisms. In the previous topic, we have discussed deviation without dispersion. In this topic, we will see dispersion without deviation. Earlier we have imposed the condition that the total angular dispersion of the composition is equal to 0, and we have obtained the equation for delta. Now we are going to apply the total deviation delta is equal to 0, so that we are going to obtain an equation for total angular dispersion theta, right? Fine. So generally here, see, achromatic prisms, that is the prisms without colors, right? That is not more useful. A prisms without colors, that is the deviation without dispersion, this is not much useful. Whereas The more combination of prism is that produces dispersion but no deviation, right? Dispersion with no deviation means in the input we are entering with the white color, in the output we are having multiple colors, it's constituent colors, right, in that composition. One important application of this concept is direct vision microscope. Direct vision microscope is a useful instrument for the qualitative analysis of the spectral lines present in the white light. Okay, now let's see dispersion without deviation. For this purpose also we are having one crown prism, one flint prism. Now the incoming light ray undergoes dispersion. Okay, violet, yellow, red. Actually this red and violet rays assumed to be parallel to the incoming white ray if it does not undergo deviation, right? So as in the previous case, A1 is the angle of prism for crown, A2 is the angle of prism for red. So A1 and A2 are the angle of prisms, and N1V, N1R, N1 are the refractive indices of crown prism, and N2V, N2R, N2 are the refractive indices of the flint prisms. With this, the deviation produced by these two prisms for mean ray is, right, delta. Delta is the deviation produced by the crown prism is delta 1, and the deviation produced by flint prism is delta 2. The sum of these two is the total deviation, total mean deviation produced by this composition of two prisms, that is, right, and this must be equal to 0 because without deviation. So equation for deviation is, you can write n1 minus 1 into a1 plus n2 minus 1 into a2, which is equal to 0. We can rewrite this equation for n2, so that n2 minus 1 a2 is equal to minus n1 minus 1 into a1, or you can write n1 minus 1 by n2 minus 1 minus into a1. This is the equations, equation number 1, equation number 2 and equation number 3. Fine. So when we are having a condition that deviation is equal to 0, delta must be equal to 0, we apply the equation for delta 1 and delta 2, n1 minus 1 into a1 plus n2 minus 1 into a2 equal to 0. We have rewritten this equation 2 into in terms of, that is a2 in terms of a1. Here also the negative sign indicates the refractive indices of the crown and the flint prisms are in opposite direction. Fine. Now the total dispersion produced by this prism. Total dispersion produced by this composition of prisms is given by theta. That is total angular dispersion actually, which is nothing but summation of 2 n1v minus n1r into a1, it is the angular dispersion of crown, and n2v minus n2r into a2, it is the angular dispersion of flint, and sum of these two is equal to total angular dispersion. Actually here total angular must be present, total angular dispersion produced by these prisms. Fine. But we have an equation for n2 in equation 3. This is equation 4. Substitute equation 3 into equation 4, you will get theta is equal to n1v minus n1r multiplied by a1 plus n2v minus n2r multiplied by minus of, so this minus ends we can bring here, minus of n1 minus 1 by n2 minus 1 multiplied by a1. Okay. and we can multiply in this equation with n1v minus n1r, multiply with n1 minus 1 on both numerator and denominator, minus n2v minus n2r multiplied by n1 minus 1 by n2 minus 1 into a1. Okay, here only we are multiplied n1 minus 1 on numerator and denominator. Now n1 minus a1, n1 minus 1 into a1, which is present in either side, so that we can take it as common. N1 minus 1 into a1 multiplied by n1v minus n1r divided by n1 minus 1 minus n2v minus n2r by n2 minus 1. So this becomes n1 minus 1 into a1, this is omega 1 dispersive power, n1 minus 1. So this is the equation for omega 1 and this is equation for omega 2. So that theta is equal to n1 minus 1 into a1 is nothing but delta 1. Delta 1 multiplied by omega 1 minus omega 2. Right? Here omega and omega 2 are the dispersive power of the crown and flint prisms, and delta is the mean deviation of the first prism, so that will give you the total angular dispersion produced by these two prisms. Okay, but this is not equal to 0. Omega 1 and omega 2 not equal to 0, because we are considered two different prisms, so that definitely this term cannot able to 0, so that there will be a resultant dispersion. This derivation is little bit simpler than the one that we have discussed for deviation without dispersion. Okay, let me recollect what we have done. We have assumed that a condition of this composition of prism where deviation is equal to 0, we have written the equation for mean deviation of the first prism, that is crown prism, is delta 1, mean deviation of second prism, that is flint prism, is delta 2, the sum is equal to delta, mean deviation of the composition of the crown and flint prisms. Now we have written the equation for delta 1, n1 minus 1 multiplied by a1 plus delta 2, n2 minus 1 into a2, right? This would equal to 0 if you want to have a deviation is equal to 0, right? And we have written this equation in terms of a2 in terms of a1, and now there is some dispersion produced, and we can return the equation of dispersion. The composition's total dispersion is nothing but the angular dispersion of individual prisms. So angular dispersion of crown prism is n1v minus n1r into a1. Similarly, this is for flint prism. This sum not equal to 0, that we have defined as theta, right? And in the place of a2, we have substituted the equation from equation number 3, and we have we obtained this expression, and we multiplied with the n1 minus 1 on either side in the first part of this equation. And in this we have noticed that n1 minus 1 into a1 is common in this two part, and we have taken it common, n1 minus 1 into a1, and the remaining will tell us this is the equation for omega 1, this is the equation for omega 2. And if you notice that n1 minus 1 into a1 is nothing but delta 1, so that the equation for theta, that is the total angular dispersion produced by this composition of these two prisms, is equal to delta 1 omega 1 minus omega 2, right? As omega 1 and omega 2 cannot equal to 0, so that theta is always some value. And the application of this dispersion without deviation is direct vision microscope. Let's see in a nutshell how this direct vision microscope works. Let me draw the schematic diagram first, then let us explain how it works. Well, so this is the simple schematic diagram for direct vision microscope. Okay, here you see there is a collimating lens which creates parallel beam of light from the source light. It creates a parallel beam. So that is the collimating lens, the role of the collimating lens. Then the incoming light ray, right? So this is the incoming light ray which is parallel. So the role done by the collimating lens to creating a parallel beam of light. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 prisms are there, in which the 3 prisms are made by crown material while the 2 prisms are flint prisms. So this composition, crown and flint are arranged in an opposite direction so that angle of prisms of crown are in top while the angle of prisms for the flint are placed in bottom. And here there is a set of lenses which act as a telescope, and this is eyepiece. Okay, now how it works. And these prisms are pasted or cemented using Canada balsam. Canada balsam is a pasting material whose refractive indices is 1.54, whose refractive indices is 1.54, and this Canada balsam avoids the reflection of light in the borders of crown and flint prisms. Fine, this is the instrumental setup. How it works: a white light that is went through the collimated lens where it produces parallel beam, and this beam of white light which pass through the combo of crown, flint, crown. What happens, as these 2 composition of prisms have different refractive indices for different colors, here this colors splitted into violet and red. Actually in the pictorial representation only we have mentioned violet and red. This direction of violet and red is mentioned here. You see that violet and red is at one point of time flipped, so that initially the red color in the top, violet color in the bottom, but in the end violet color in the top and red color in the bottom, so that it is having inverted colors. And here at the end we have a parallel light which is having multiple colors. In the beginning it is white color, and in which we have the flipped colors, violet in the top and the red in the bottom, so that there is an inverted colors which is appeared to be parallel to the incoming white light, which you can observe in the eyepiece, right? So that using this is the functioning of the direct vision microscope. Here you cannot able to quantitatively analyze the spectral lines produced by white lines. Rather you can observe the qualitative features of these colors, right? You cannot measure the wavelength of the color, rather you can analyze the intensity or the how these colors are looks like. The qualitative features of the colors one can analyze using this direct vision microscope. This direct vision microscope works under the concept of dispersion without deviation, right? Here the spectral lines appear to parallel to the white light. In this case, the total angle of deviation is equal to 0. Delta, right, is summation of delta 1 plus delta 2 plus delta 3 plus delta 4 plus delta 5, as we are using 5 colors, 5 prisms. The sum is equal to 0. Whereas theta, that is the total angular dispersion for all 5. You need to write the summation of angular dispersion of all 5 colors, and that will be, here it will be negative. Why? Because then only we will get the inverted image, inverted colors, right? So theta will be negative, but this will be parallel. As the deviation delta is equal to 0, the resultant constant colors of the source white light will be parallel to the source light. So this is the application of dispersion without deviation concept. direct vision microscope. So today's lecture we have discussed about what is achromatic prism, that is deviation without dispersion and dispersion without deviation, and the corresponding equations and the application of the dispersion without deviation, that is direct vision microscope. All these things we have discussed in this lecture, and we will meet again in the next lecture. Thank you.